Now, let's examine the function of GPT-4 with some example. And we can start from the link of this slide. By clicking the link will bring us to this Google Sheet. And remember that you should click File and make a copy and store to your Google Drive. Then you can operate it. The next step is to enable the extension. Click extension, and if you have installed the extension well, you can find this one GPT-4 and doc, and you can click enable GPT function. You can see a GPT-4 and doc window pop up here, and click continue. After opening the sheet, you will find 3 tabs. The first tab is testing, and the second one is general GPT function, and the last one is GPT classify. We will use them for our exercise. Take a look at your extension. Please ensure that you have enabled the extension and have entered a valid API key if you want to use your own OpenAI API key. But for this exercise, I will use the pricing model provided by GPT-4 and doc directory. So we don't need to input OpenAI API key for this exercise. Now open the first tab, testing sheet. Let me explain how to use it. In this sheet, the yellow cell are designed for where you can enter text command, and they are in structure to the right of this yellow cell. For example, you can see a hint here. You should follow the hint and copy the command after type, and then paste it into the yellow cell, and click enter. It will begin to calculate. As you can see, it reads the content of A3 cell and then translate it into the language you specify in cell B3. Now I encourage you to try a couple more exercises. You can drag the cell down to apply the formula to the 2 cells below. Wow, it is amazing, right? It can help you translate. Do you remember that we mentioned that using replace formula can save money, right? Because Google Sheet will recalculate your function. So let's give it a try. Now you should select the 3 test results, then choose Replace Formula. In the drop-down menu, select in Selection. Okay, it shows that 3 formula has been replaced. Now it is not a formula now. It becomes a value, a test data. This action will store the result of these 3 calculations as static value like this. Now, let's shift our focus to the second sheet, which titled General GPT. The GPT function allows us to input complete prompt like this. Just like when you are interacting with ChatGPT interface in your daily life. We will be asking GPT to tackle 2 types of questions here. The first one is for sentiment analysis, where the goal is to identify if the sentiment is positive, negative, or neutral. The second type is for stance detection, where we aim to determine the option subject and whether it is supportive or opposing. You can try it now. Let's copy this part and copy paste it into here. Okay, good. And copy this and paste it into this cell. Okay, you can find it. Oh, it worked very well. Yeah, you can see that it not only detects the opinion direction is opposing, it also detects the stance target is toward nuclear risk. Remember to replace these formulas into static value. Here is a good way to construct your prompt and formula. You can write your prompt in one cell and then have a formula refer to it. Let's try it. Okay. This sentence is talking about it is just a hashtag energy debate. It is neutral. It should be neutral. Remember to replace it. However, if you are dealing with a large data set and need to determine the sentiment or stance for numberless entries like this, Yeah, we just use 3 examples. You can imagine that if you have 300 or 3,000 examples, it is more efficient to view your sentiment or stance query as a prompt and treat the opinion content you want to classify as the value. Then you can use the GPT function ask it to classify this sentence by this prompt. Let's try it. And you can grade it down again to apply to the cell below. Okay, it worked very well. And we replace it again. Okay, let's move on to the last example for sentiment analysis and stance detection. We have four examples and 3 for exercise. In this case, we place the opinion we want to analyze in the first column, like this. In the second column, we categorize sentiment on a scale from very positive to very negative. Then let's look at the hint, where the dollar sign will fit the formula to read these 5 categories. But the opinion to be analyzed will change according to the column A. Okay, let's try it. Oh, it worked very well. And we break it down and try to apply to other cells. Let me see it. Nuclear energy is the future. It is very positive, right? And nuclear power sucks. Is very negative. And is nuclear power, the question, is nuclear power the answer? The answer is a neutral question. And get back nuclear energy is positive. Yeah, because you get back, you need nuclear energy. And but nuclear energy with a question mark, get back, turn negative, possibly due to the question mark. Now you can see OpenAI for sentiment analysis work very well. Let's take a look at the next exercise for stance detection. For stance detection, our goal is not only to identify the target, the issue, and also the opinion of support or oppose it. To start, we can design a question using the GPT function to detect the specific issue or topic a sentence addressed. And we can break it down. Okay, it detects very well. Next, we will set the category to supportive, neutral, and opposing. We will then ask GPT to classify the stance. When we design this exercise, I include one example each for supportive, neutral, and opposing. Let's take a look at the classification result. Okay, the first one is supportive. Yes. Second one should be negative, and the third one should be neutral. Okay, the second one is opposing. And the third one, the third sentence, it should be neutral. Okay, we replace them into static value again. You can also click this option to replace or formula into static value. Finally, let it draw two interesting examples. I will assume that you, the reader of this tutorial, do not understand Chinese. Yeah, like this. It means nuclear is the future. However, in the field of global communication research, we occasionally need to analyze cross-lingual public opinion. In the past, translating cross-lingual content was not easy, especially when it involved understanding Chinese for text mining. But large language models like ChatGPT have provided an opportunity to overcome language barrier. You can see that this sentence provided for analysis are in Chinese. Yet I still use GPT function to detect the issue and analyze its stance in English. Yeah, I have do this for you, and you can examine by yourself. And let's try this. Supportive, yeah, this one is nuclear is the future. And the second one is nuclear sucks. And the third one is something like is nuclear the answer? Yeah, it is neutral, opposing, and supportive. Yeah, you can see that you don't need to understand what something are written in Chinese in the sentence. You can also conduct stance detection on this foreign language. The second example attempts to categorize social media opinion. Notice that here we are not performing stance detection, but rather demonstrating the cross-lingual capability of large language model. You can set up some common opinion category, such as politics, economy, environment, and travel, and then use this intention to categorize them. Here, I also translate this Chinese text into English as a reference, and you can see that it captures the theme of this opinion very accurately. Okay, let's wrap up our handout session. We employ this intention with OpenAI for tasks such as translation, generation, general Q&A, and stance detection. You might have observed its effectiveness in detecting the issue and the sentiment within public opinion. This capability is especially valuable in the area of international global communication, where it facilitates cross-lingual analysis. For you, if you have programming skill, you can access OpenAI API directly in Python or R or any programming language you know. It will enhance the efficiency of your analysis workflow. But if you install GPT-4 Suite, from this exercise, you can see that you can conduct stance detection with Google Sheet and GPT. Thank you for your attention.